Hi all, Serena again. Now this week our theme has been we've been talking about being a good enough parent. So I just wanted to jump on and share a personal story in the hope that it might encourage you. When my babies are grown up now, my babies are young adults, but when my babies were babies, I had quite severe postnatal depression. And that caused me to not be the mama that I wanted to be. So you must understand that even back then, I had my degree, I had done my training, I knew what was right and what wasn't, and a better way of doing things, and I didn't do things a better way. I did things the way that I wouldn't have liked to have done them. And that was something that as mums, we carry that guilt, don't we? Because postnatal depression, I know that there's going to be a lot of you out there that have experienced that, and you may be looking back and you may be really carrying that burden of not being a good parent, or feeling like you are not good enough, or really feeling the guilt of not doing the best that you could. So I just want to encourage you, because when my daughter was 16, I finally couldn't bear the guilt anymore, so I decided I would ask for her forgiveness for not being the best mother that I could be for her. And her response just really blew me away. She just turned around and she was genuinely shocked. And she went, "Mum, what are you talking about? I only remember good times. I only remember being loved." Now, I'd like to say that I was able to forgive myself in that moment, but that was 4 years ago, and I asked her for forgiveness a couple of times after that, but I sort of got to the point of going, you know what, Serena, let it go. You've got to forgive yourself. And this is where we come to as parents, because our kids are resilient. And as adults, unfortunately, we do know right from wrong. We do hear all the stuff about being perfect. We see the perfect Instagram parents, which, by the way, you're only seeing like a 5-minute snapshot of their whole day, if you're lucky. And you'll come along to talks even with me or with some of the other people on our great team, and you'll think they've got it all together. But nobody's got it all together. So I want to encourage you with that first one. The second one is that sometimes we magnify things, or often we magnify things, and the danger in that is that we focus so much on what we did wrong that we forget about what we've done really well. And when we're focusing so much on what we've done not so well, it becomes like a downward spiral. Because then you just think like, you know when you go on a diet and you break the diet and you have that one sliver of chocolate cake and you think, oh, I just might as well have the whole lot. I've ruined my diet, might as well just have the whole cake, I'll start again tomorrow. And then we never start again tomorrow. I think it's like that with parenting. I think it's like that with parental guilt. We hang on to this and we define ourselves by it, and it can become a bit of a trap for us. So I'd like to encourage you today to look at what you do really well. And one thing that you can do is to keep a journal. And it doesn't matter how old your kids are, it's never too late to start. Keep a journal of things that you've done during the day. And you can look back on that when you're feeling like you're just the worst parent ever, and go back and look at that journal. Or another thing you can do, in my household, we have a big jar on the kitchen table, and the kids just write down a special memory and they pop that in the jar. And every now and then I pull that out, and it's just the most basic things like dancing with mum at the wedding or going on a picnic or something like that. And you'd be surprised what the kids really hang on to, and they do hang on to those positives. And I wanted to encourage you to forgive yourself as well. And I also wanted to encourage you that we can't go back and we can change the past. I know I've spent a long time wishing that I could go back and change that, but I can't change that. But I can change now, and I can change tomorrow. So it's never too late, okay? So just remember the good things, and it's never too late to say sorry. It's never too late to say to your kids, you know what, I didn't do so well there. Let's have a do-over. Let's start again. Let's see if I can do better. Because when you're doing that, your kids learn that it's okay to make mistakes, and your kids learn that they can come to you and that you still love them when they've made mistakes, because they still love you when you've made mistakes. So I hope that helps you, and over to you. Bye.